Back to another video. So today I wanted to show you Pro Audio SFX. These guys donated their Blood, Bones, Gore pack to me, as well as the Ultimate Bone Break sound pack. But I'm really only going to highlight the Blood, Bones, and Gore one because it's got like some blood sound effects that really sound cool for something that I wanted to show you guys. These are really good. I just don't have a need for them myself specifically. But what I wanted to do was show you guys. So I don't know if when you get it off the marketplace, if it will go into your library or if it will be a file to download. I'm not exactly sure how they have theirs set up, but this is a Unreal Engine project with literally just the sounds in the waves for blood, bones, and guts, and then cues for each one of those as well. And these cues are really cool because they have them named for different things like blood splatters and a squirt impact cue. Generally, cues are used in Unreal Engine differently than the audio files are used, and cues are really good for what we're going to be doing actually. But the most important thing is first figuring out what sound effect you want to use. So if you go over here to like the guts, for instance, we've got these ones that are called squish handles, right? And you can hear what they sound like. Right? Sounds really, really cool. So what I'm going to do in here is I'm going to create a new folder, and I'm just going to call this Blood Steps. Now I'm going to show you what I'm going to be using this for, but this way you guys can get a good idea. So we're going to go through these a couple more times. So I like this one a lot. So I'm going to move it into here. I like this one a lot. Move that one into here. Like that one a lot. I like that one a lot. All right, cool. Now that I've done that, I'm going to drag that into my content folder. All right. And then I'm going to right click, go to audio, and I'm going to create my own sound cue. And I'm just going to call this Blood Steps. I'm going to open it up. I'm going to drag off of here and put a random node in here. And I know I have 4 of them, so I'm going to make sure I got 4 pins. And then I can take all 4 of these sounds, drag them into here. You'll see them all up here. And I'm basically just going to connect this up into here. And what this will do, save that. If I play the cue, you can see it plays that sound effect. And each time it will be random. Okay? Which is what I'm wanting because now that I have that sound cue, this is a blank project, so I'm going to have to create a basic level here. So I'm just going to put in a plane. And then under my details, I'll put that location at 000, put it at size like 100 just as a test. And then I'm going to grab a directional light, pop that in there. And I'll also put a player start in here. And I'll just put that at 000 and drag it up so it's above the floor. But if I hit play, I'm in first person mode. So this is a new project. So what I would do is to make it quick, I'm going to go to add and I'm going to go to add feature a content pack. And then I'm going to select third person character or even maybe a top down character might be kind of cool. But in this case, I'm just going to use the third person character. Add that to the project. You'll see here over on the side, it updates. And now I've got a third person blueprint in here. I'm going to go over to world settings, game mode. I'm going to click on my third person game mode. And what that allows me to do is have all of this stuff here selected correctly. And now, whoops, if I go ahead and hit play, the mannequin is in the scene, which is very nice. However, we need to do a couple of things. So the first thing I want to do is I want to go to my characters and go to my mannequin and to my animations, click on Manny. And I've got a walk run cycle and I've got my walk forward and my run forward. So you're going to have to do this twice if you want to do it the right way. So I'm going to start with the walk. And nice of Unreal Engine, they already have these cool notify cues here, right? For the left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. So what I want to do is playing off of that. I'm going to go ahead and hit insert notify track, and I'm going to call it Footstep like this. All I got to do is right click, add notify, and hit on play sound. Okay. And I'm then going to select my blood steps cue right here. I'll then take that same thing, copy and paste it. And I'm going to drag that to there. And if you just drag it to where you want and paste, it'll go right to your marker each time. Kind of nice, actually. You do have to copy it each time, though, just so you know. But it does speed it up, right? Oops, copy and paste. And I do have one last one, so I'll go ahead and hit copy on that, go to the end, and I'll hit paste, and I'm just going to drag that one over to the very end, like so. And now if I hit my spacebar, he is walking. Now, I think that's really cool. But we're going to need to do the same exact thing again in our run animation because I'm pretty sure we're going to be running far. So what I'm going to do is just copy the exact same thing over basically. So I'm going to create a new one, Footstep. Play the sound, blood steps. Maybe just move that a little bit. Perfect. All right. So I'm going to do this real quick just so that you guys can have kind of an accurate representation of what it is we're doing here. And I'm just going to go to my blood steps real quick, and I'm going to create a material and just call it blood temporarily. I'll hit 3. I'll go to my base color, pop this into some darker red color like this, right? And then I'm going to do a constant, and this is going to go into the, I believe, roughness. I'm going to set that to 1 to get rid of all the reflection in it because it doesn't really need to have that. And then I'm going to set this from opaque to translucent, right? And then I will hit 1 again, and I can go into the opacity here. And I'll put this at like 0.2. Let's do a little more, maybe a 0.4. Might need a little more than that. We'll see. This is just going to be a super simple type of thing. So I'm going to go ahead and take this plane, and I'm going to copy and paste it and drag it up just a little bit. But in my details, I'm going to go to the collision, and I'm going to say no collision on this, and I am going to go ahead and get rid of that. And then I'm going to, because I have blood selected, I'm going to use that selected asset. All right, and then I'll hit play, and you can barely see it. So let's up that a little bit. So instead of 0.4, let's do like just like 0.9. Just a little bit. And this is just super basic right here, just so you guys can kind of see what I'm trying to do here, basically. But there you go. That looks pretty good. So now, character is inside of the blood, And as he runs around, he will have that uh, blood sound effect more realistically. And in the kind of game that probably be working on like a horror type game, your character's probably not going to run that fast all the time. He'll probably have a stamina bar. We're not going to build that stamina bar, but what you would do is you'd have like say the left shift key, and when the thing is pressed, you're going to get the player character, and you're going to set walk speed. Actually, you know what? Let's do it this way. Let's go to max. This one, character's movement. There it is. And we're going to do max walk speed. So we're going to hit this. Max walk. Set walk speed is connected to what? The character movement component. So we'll grab that. And then we'll create a variable. Whoops. Did not mean to hit that button. Delete this. Don't want this. We will promote this to a variable, and we'll call it max walk speed, which is good. Oops. File, save. And we're going to set that to say 500, which is what the default is now. And we'll copy and paste that to released. And we're going to set that back to the max walk speed here. Actually, we could just do it this way. We could just set it down to like, say, like 150. Should probably be good. It's player controller. We'll just connect this up to these two guys here. My mind was drawing a blank for a second there. So this will be max walk speed, and this one here, promote to variable, but this one is going to be called default walk speed, right? And that way we can compile that, click on it, and we can set that default variable amount. And 150 is good, so we'll do that. And then event begin play, we're going to find that. And the first thing we want to do is set our default walk speed like so. And then when we hit play, I'm not sure why that's not setting that. Oh. So we're going to set the max walk speed here to that. And then we're going to also go to our character movement, and we're going to set the max walk speed to 150. So. And now those footsteps are much slower, which is very nice. I like that a lot, actually. That's looking really good, actually. And then, so left shift, we're going to set the max walk speed from the character movement, but this needs to be, actually, you know what? I don't even need this. So you just do it like this. I don't even need this one. When it's pressed, you're going to set the max walk speed to 500. And when it is released, you're going to set it back to 150, which is the default. This is what I should have done from the very beginning. I don't know what I was thinking. So under event begin play, we need to connect that back up. hold down shift and he runs, let off shift and it stops. And if you look at the shadow, you can actually see sort of a blood effect, which is kind of cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed this lesson. I'll see you guys in the next one.